guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. It's the latest of our video calls. We've been chatting with everybody while we're all at home at the minute. I'm delighted to say from Salem, we have Matt and Will on the line. How are you guys?
Hello.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good to see you both. Good to see you. Where do we find you today, actually? Is this some sort of little rehearsal hideaway I find you in?
This is an underground bunker in Southampton, you know, hiding away from COVID-19.
Secret lair.
Yeah.
Yeah, very smart move. You got to be prepared in that way. Actually, I should say, we start all these off normally just by saying, I hope you guys, you've been keeping safe, you've been keeping well, all that stuff. Will, of course, we caught up with you a little while back. Matt, I'll ask you now, how have these last few months been for you, man? How have you been occupying your time outside of music?
I've been watching a lot of TV, lots of TV, lots of drinking coffee. Lots of talking on the phone to Will. We figured a global pandemic would be a great opportunity to plot world domination.
Evil's very on trend at the moment,
It's so hot right now, Evil. It really, really is so hot right now. Well, one very nice thing you guys have clearly got ready to go is this EP. This is exciting, man. Let's talk, first of all, I guess, about how and when the project came together, because you guys have obviously been friends for a very, very long time. Why did you suddenly decide, let's get in a studio, let's see what happens?
Well, it wasn't really like kind of anything so preconceived, really. We used to go to a coffee shop called Coffee Lab, which is in Southampton, and it's now gone because the pandemic has ruined everything. But we used to drink there every day, and I was doing the Creeper record, and we just spoke about writing some really fun, easy punk songs, and I've been to see Matt play since I was a kid, and Matt worked with Creeper like a bunch he actually did the solo on Black Rain that on our first record. Famously, as he never lets us forget that he did it in one take. Like he
drunk as well. I just want to
add.
But yeah, I've known him for a very long time. And we just came to our now lair, and it's cooled down. It's quite a while to get here. It's a series of caves, and we started playing, and it was really fun and really easy, and not stressed at all. We wrote like those songs in like basically like an hour or something, and then went on. And Neil Kennedy, obviously, he did Creeper, Boston Manor, and Milk Teeth. He is a very good friend of ours, and that's the local studio here. So this is all before the pandemic. This is like long before, the year before. And we just kind of did it for fun. Like it wasn't supposed to be what it is now. It's just, I think all the best stuff's like that, though. Like it's, it kind of, when you're not trying to do anything in particular with it, it's when you make your better stuff, I think, no pressure.
Yeah, I agree.
There we go. I mean, it's funny how you say that it's kind of freer, easier style, because I guess with Creeper, as much as you sort of play in similar genres, I would say, definitely, it is part of a grander concept, isn't it? It's always dealing with sort of kind of loftier ambitions there. It's quite cool to see it stripped back. How was it actually working in that way, I suppose, stripping it right back to, like you say, a kind of more basic, fun, just straightforward structure there?
Well, yeah, it was really fun for me. And I think the concept stuff that I do with Creeper is often so demanding, and so there's a lot of constraints you put on yourself there to try and stay in narrative and kind of in worlds with everything you're doing. And with this, it was really free and quite liberating, I think. I don't know if you felt a similar sort of way when we were writing, because it's been a while since you played the straight punk stuff as well, right? Like, even though you did loads when you were a kid. But...
Yeah, it's definitely fun. To me, it just felt like blowing off steam, Lots of the music I've been writing for the past while has been kind of pretty dense, intricate, sort of sad man music, and so it felt nice to just blow off some steam and sort of play the music we grew up playing. And
I remember there's been so many nights when me and Matt have been at house parties and things, listening to Alkaline Trio and being really drunk, and it kind of just felt like a combination of all those nights kind of distilled into one thing,
Yeah, it's cool. You definitely hear a lot of Alkaline Trio, a lot of AFI, all those kind of bands, that kind of era, which is very, very cool, and definitely nice to wear those influences on your sleeve like that. And I heard you say as well somewhere that you're kind of almost describing these as like satanic love songs. I was wondering, can you explain that a little bit more? Let's expand on that term. What does that mean to you exactly?
Well, ever since me and Matt really started focusing on evil here in the lair. We've been
we're sticking with the layer. We're sticking with this. We're powering through this bit. Okay, I like it.
It's real, man.
It's a real lair. There's
a secret.
Yeah. It's EVIL. Backwards.
Yeah. 666.
666, and yeah, you have to use some numbers in there. It's capital E as well. It's one capital. Anyway.
No, it's actually a 3.
It's
a 3.
It's a 3.
You don't want people to easily guess it.
Yeah, we just told the world now.
There we go.
The satanic love songs thing, I think, is funny because a lot of the time, like these are very playful songs in terms of the lyric. You know, they're really like kind of fun love songs, but there's an evil to them. There's kind of like this duality to kind of everything from the imagery to the lyric to all of it. It's kind of like is cute and fun, but like kind of using really dark metaphor as well at the same sort of time. So yeah, that's kind of where that comes from. It's like a lot of stuff about heaven and hell and gods and devils, which is really typical in all my work, really. But in this one in particular, the love song versus the satanic anthem. That's what we're tempering together here, I suppose.
Yeah, hey, it works. Hey, it works very well, man. And that's the kind of interesting part about this because, you know, you guys got together, known each other for a long time. You get there, you make some songs, like you say, for fun, really. When does it occur to you, maybe it's time to put these out in the world?
Well, I think it was Satan came to us himself and said,
"It's time. I'm doing some work around the world. I've been a busy man."
He said,
"He's having such a big year, by the way. I mean, he's a real moment for him in 2020."
He said he needs a soundtrack.
Yeah,
and he said,
"How about you soundtrack my pandemic?"
Will, Matt, have you got any 3-minute satanic pop songs I could use? And we said, no, but just give us a min. You all right?
We'll pop down to the lair and see what we got later.
We'll just pop down and just get it done quick for you. And then there they are. They're done.
There they are.
That's basically how that came around. It was, like the Blues Brothers on a mission from God. I feel like we're on a mission from the devil.
It was inevitable. Someone had to do it. Why not you guys? I feel that works. I feel that makes perfect sense. But I guess that is the bigger question, though. Do you think that if it wasn't for the horrible situation we've all been in this year, would they have just sat there and maybe for a rainy day, or has it actually been spurred on by the fact that you guys clearly have a lot more time on your hands at the minute?
In all seriousness, I think that the reason we decided it now is because of the pandemic. This gave us this time and this window. And as the Creeper campaign was coming, we can't tour, so the campaign kind of stops for a second. It pauses until things can resume. So we had time, and so yeah, I think it's been, God knows how long these songs would have sat in the back of the lair for. If we hadn't been in the global pandemic, it might well have been kind of locked away for another time. But I think that's one of the cool things this year. I would say that in the middle of a really trying time for a lot of us, you're getting more art from people than you would typically get. I always been saying recently, I had that year off from Creeper where we had a year to go away and make stuff. And I didn't do anything. I didn't even post on the internet. And this year, I've put out a Creeper record, and I've put out covers stuff with Creeper as well, and a new band, a new EP. We do these shows at the end of the month as well with it. So it's been a very busy year for me, and I think in a weird way that's what I'm trying to take from this, like a positive thing, rather than it just being frustrating that you can't go out and play, you know.
No, it's been a recurring theme in all these conversations. It's been really, really nice to see artists kind of take that time and try and turn something positive out of it. And especially when you guys had that music kind of ready to go, it seems like a prime opportunity there. Actually, how much did change really before the release? Did you polish any little bits, change any little bits here and there, or was it already kind of fully formed before all this?
Yeah, it didn't change at all.
Brilliant.
Already completely done. I think maybe we got it mastered.
Yeah, Lewis Johns mastered it.
Because we originally just, did it all off our own backs just for fun. So when the idea came up about releasing it, we needed to master it. So we got Lewis Johns to master it. And yeah, other than that, it was basically untouched. It was just sat there waiting to go. So
it was really fun. Like, with Creeper, a lot of the time these songs go through a process where we take them to the studio and you might rewrite parts in the studio. But with Salem, we wrote these songs, and then the demos of the songs that we recorded here in the lair were exactly the same as they are on the record, basically. None of the parts changed. They're like, it's note for note the same, isn't it, basically?
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, like not a great deal has changed on the way to it, really. It's been quite nice like that. It feels like a moment it's captured almost.
Yeah, I think the idea that we were talking about, certainly from the musical point of view, was just to try and keep it simple and not do something overcomplicated. In our other projects, we're both quite used to overcomplicating everything. So it's nice to just do some simple punk rock, and it's not trying to be anything but just cool fun punk Satan.
That's the title of EP2. Cool Fun Punk Satan. That's what I want to see it called.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
cool,
that'd be a good one.
Cool, young, fun punk Satan.
It works well. Speaking of this music, then let's dive into it a little bit. Obviously, at the time of recording, the single's already out there, which is Destroy Me. Let's just talk a little bit about how that one in particular came together. Again, all those inspiration points we've kind of cited, clearly present and correct, but when did that one in particular come together for you?
Destroy Me. How did that even? There was just one. Unfortunately, the thing about this is like the actual the conception of it all is all quite mundane. We just sat here and wrote. It was one of a bunch, and it was one of those things where like we wrote I wrote the top line and Matt wrote the guitar here, and I went away and wrote the lyrics, and Matt could have worked out the rest of the arrangement, and then we just recorded them all in like kind of mass. Like it was like they all just happened at once, and it's one of those things where. The funnest thing, as I was saying to you about this before, is that there's not a great deal of we're trying not to fret on things too much. Just make it fun. Is it is it fun to listen to? Are we getting something out of it? Does it hit a spot inside you? And that's kind of how we moved. So Destroy Me, we chose it as the single really because I felt like it was the best example of the lyric and the music kind of syncing together really well. They all kind of that one seemed to have the most consistency in terms of the lyric. The tune was really catchy and the lyric was really cool, and I think that's one of the ones we did the better job on, I think, in terms of that.
Yeah, I think also it just kind of for me, obviously, Will being a Creeper, I was their guitar tech for a long time, so I stood at the side of the stage tuning their guitars and watching them play probably more than anyone else on the earth. And I think that one for me is good because I don't think it will be unfamiliar to people who've heard Will's music before. It comes from a similar place, but I feel like it's got a kind of wild abandon that we've tried to attach to all of these songs, that kind of maybe takes it to a slightly new place. And I think that's what was appealing about that song, particular for me. And it's just really catchy. I think
Oh, very catchy, and definitely an excellent entry point into the rest of the EP. I would say it definitely makes sense why it would be a first single. And I want to mention the music video, of course, as well, because as I've talked with many people over the last few months, the challenges of making videos right now is kind of interesting and all that stuff. What was your approach in terms of making those visuals to go along with it?
Oh, it was really fun, man. The video stuff is like always what I love doing, and I was saying. Doing when you do Creeper stuff now, Creeper's got to such a great point where like we have a big budget for the videos, and so like you have like on those Creeper videos that we shot in on like a soundstage or whatever. We had like a trailer, and you're catering all that 3 times a day or whatever. We've been really lucky with that, and it's really excessive and really fun. With Salem, there's like no budget for anything because it's brand new. So I was like spray painting spray painting a crown that I got from a fancy dress shop to make the pumpkin queen stuff, spray painting it pink on my floor, getting my wooden floor in my apartment covered in paint, and having to bleach it out. And I was thinking, I've been doing this in one way or another for so much of my life, like staining carpets. Like when we first started Creeper, it was exactly the same. I would like be spraying a lamp purple and the carpet sprayed, and I've lost my deposit. That has happened so many times in my life, and I'm still doing it. So yeah, it was really fun. We used our friend Ollie Appleyard from Static Dress. He made the videos. I really wanted to work with him for ages. I feel like a lot of time in my life, a big part of what I do is notice people around me that have like a unique set of skills and talents, and want to collaborate with them. And I wanted to work with Ollie for ages because I really liked everything he's done. He did some bits and pieces for Creeper at the end of the campaign. The CreeperCon thing was all filmed and edited by him, and he did some photos with me. But I really wanted to do a music video. I knew because of the nature, we didn't have much of a budget. We couldn't have much of a crew in any way because of the virus. And I knew that he's a control freak as well, like me, and would want to be really hands-on with it. And he was. So took a really basic concept, and we actually filmed in a little bit of it in Behind Closed Doors, which is a bar in Manchester. It's kind of like a porno bar. You go downstairs and it's all, there's porno over the walls. So it was just kind of fun and really I felt like it was a really fun creative thing to do. It felt like more like an art project than like a video shoot in some ways. It's just kind of literally spray painting things and putting them together as we went. And we tried to do this whole narrative where there were going to be these skeleton men that ran on, and Matt was playing the skeleton men because we couldn't have a gang of skeleton men. So Matt just played every single one of the skeleton men. He had a balaclava, and Charlotte, my girlfriend, painted a skull on it. But I guess we didn't even hear back why it was cut. But it obviously was so bad they didn't even tell us it was that bad.
I can only imagine it wasn't my acting, because I got an A at GCSE drama, so I feel like it couldn't have been my acting skill. It must have been something to do with something technical.
That's all it could be. I couldn't think that,
Because I felt connected to my character quite heavily actually during that. It was.
Well, I got an A in.
It's moving for me.
I got an A in food tech, and I always wonder, every time Charlotte says this is disgusting, I say, well, it can't be my cooking. Say that to Mrs. Laird.
I mean, I've had one of your big bowls of pasta, and it was delicious.
There you go.
There we go. That's all you need to know, guys. This is it. This is it. If you're out there, guys, you're still studying at school, look what you can achieve right here, just with a GCSE drama and food tech. You're going to be fine. It's all good.
Well, if you work hard, the rewards are obvious,
A special message from here at Rock Sound. Let's talk about the shows then. The Halloween Cabaret, as it's being billed. I mean, fair play to you for getting some shows going in whatever form you can at this time. Absolutely amazing to be able to do that. What can people expect? What's the approach been to this live debut?
Well, the thing was, I don't know, I've spoken to you about this before. I was watching what everyone else was doing with their bands in this sort of time, and a lot of the stuff being sat at home, and someone approached us about doing one of these socially distanced gigs, and I felt like there was something we could do with like without having to sit down and be really reduced capacity. We needed to find a reason. There needed to be like a reason for it to be. It makes sense for us to be playing to people who are sat down. So we felt like the cabaret was a fun way to kind of spin it. Like, you're not going to see something like this after this pandemic. You're never going to see us play to the seated room. We're very unlikely to see that again. So like it seemed like a fun way to frame the whole thing, especially around Halloween. I wanted to do something for people who've been following my work for a long time as well. That a lot of people who have followed my career have come from places that they really struggle, and they're especially struggling at home at the moment. I know a lot of people are, and it gave them something to do around Halloween, which is important for a lot of us too. And so it seemed like a really fun thing to do. We had no idea they were going to sell out as quickly as they had. It was crazy, like the demand for the thing. So we were really humbled by that. It was like amazing for us. I think in terms of what people can expect, we're going to be playing all the songs from this new EP. We've got this unique line of merch for it that we just got pressed. In fact, I can give you an exclusive. I haven't even told you this yet.
Classic.
I haven't even told you this yet.
A real exclusive. This is a proper exclusive.
We managed to get the skeleton gloves.
Oh, really?
We managed to get the skeleton gloves. Do you want to see a picture?
Yes, please.
They are great.
I don't know if you can see, so I'm going to zoom right in, but there they are. So, skeleton gloves, they're coming. They're going to be limited, so it's a unique merch, unique stuff. It's going to be a really fun thing to dress up and go out in a social distance space. We're going to be playing the 5 songs from our EP and 5 songs that no one's heard yet, which we're working on in the shadows of the lair, in the deep depths of the lair.
Satan had more to give.
Yeah, he had more. He keeps phoning. So the thing is, we're going to be playing those songs as well. It's going to be really fun. I think we're going to throw in some surprises too. And I think it's really going to be healthy, I think, for people to be out and about like a little bit in a socially distanced context, of course. We went through and we spoke a lot to people on our end from our booking agent and to the promoters about what we can do with this, though, to make it as safe as we possibly can. And so, yeah, like we feel like this is going to be a really fun thing. I think it's something that people need. I think there's a lack of things to look forward to at the moment, which I think is driving a lot of people up the wall a little. And I think that something like this is hopefully will quench a little bit of the thirst for some live music. I don't know what it's going to be like playing to people sat down. I haven't really thought about that too much yet. No?
Yeah, is it because I guess normally you'd associate a kind of cabaret atmosphere with a little bit stripped back, a little bit acoustic, maybe some kind of piano stuff. That's when you normally see people do that. But I take it, is it going to be full band for you guys, but just having the seating?
Oh, this is going to be a full band affair. You know, this is kind of a cabaret unlike any you've seen before. It's going to be kind of a hard rock cabaret. That's made me think of Hard Rock Hallelujah. That song, the Lord song. Lordy, was it Lordy?
It was Lordy.
I was never really sure how to pronounce that name.
Lordy.
It's Lordy, is it?
Yeah, Lordy.
Why we've gone to this, but yes, so it's going to be really fun. I'm really, really excited. So there's 2 in London and 2 in Southampton, and that's the lot. People were like, been doing different things with their bands over this period of time, and we noticed a few different people. Like I saw Loathe did one recently at one of these gigs, and Higher Power, and it's been really inspired by those people, like kind of going out there and doing something, trying to make this work. And I know up in London, I think Signature Brew have been doing outdoor gigs. My friend Charlie Simmons has been putting shows up there, and so yeah, that's just been inspired by those people and trying to kind of throw our own hat into the ring. Also, the cool thing about this is I wouldn't get to do this with Creeper. This is the birth of this band, and so it's that's a really unique thing for people who are going to come, because they wouldn't normally get this with Creeper at this point in time. And so yeah, it's fun. It's going to be a real fun couple of days, I think.
Yeah, it's a great idea. And like you say, I guess that's the other unique proposition there is not only would you not necessarily be able to do something like this with Creeper, but you are planning the birth of the band. This is going to be your live debut. It's kind of rare that you get to be able to do something unique and different like this with the first ever show for a band. That's got to be exciting too.
Yeah, I think that was kind of part of the appeal for me, certainly, was, well, we started the band, or at least publicly the band was birthed during lockdown, so it's
a lockdown baby. A lot of people are going to have COVID babies, not babies with COVID.
Satan included. And we so it seems to fit for me that we would do something strange like play seated gigs to a hugely reduced capacity venue, because we've never played a gig before, so we've got nothing to compare it to. I think it's going to be fun. I feel like people, certainly I can only speak for myself, but I feel really excited to just be in a room with live music happening. And
I'll make sure I can remember how to sing. I've done that for a while. So
you mentioned that some new songs, or unheard songs, I should say, that aren't on this EP are going to be appearing in the show as well. I was going to ask you about this. What are the plans kind of moving forward? Were those songs that you had from that same original session, that same period, or these newer songs?
Well, these are new ones. Basically, like it was funny because we haven't done anything with this project at all until into lockdown, and it was we did it ages ago. And then when we had the idea to put this out, we kind of had the bug again to write some more. So we've been writing some bits, and yeah, I mean, I can't speak about it too much right now, but there's definitely something on the horizon there, and I'm definitely very excited about these new ones. We've experimented a little bit more and kind of pushed the sound into a different, it's kind of progressed it on a little bit more and kind of broadened it a little. But it's just really fun again, they're fun punk songs, and yeah, it's exciting, man. I'm really excited to have this in my life, and it's one of those things that as I said, we didn't really think too much of it when we were doing it, but it was just kind of two mates having a laugh, and now it's become something that's really quite satisfying and quite fulfilling,
Yeah, it's a bit actually daunting for me because I sort of haven't done a project that's had this much exposure in quite a long time. So it's really exciting for gigs to just be selling out in a couple of minutes and people, actually hearing it. It's cool and it's really fun.
It's so lovely. Like, you never expect, like, you never know what to expect with stuff like this. And I'm just always amazed. It's always so humbling, the fact that people care that much. Even like you wanting to do this with us, like that's like such a nice thing to do for a brand new band. You know? And so the fact that people give a shit and people want to take interest in it, or it never ceases to blow my mind, because I did it before Creeper. I did a band for 7 years that no one cared about, and it played to nobody. And it ate up all my money and all my time, destroyed all my relationships, as these things always do. And anyway, even in like, even when things start going okay, and still complete music just does that. Strips you away from home all those years and years and years at a time. But yeah, any time someone cares about something that you're doing, it's just such a nice feeling, and to be supported in the way that we've been with this already is such a nice feeling. It's quite, especially at a time like this, like no different to anybody else. We've been sat inside, and kind of it's quite an anxious time for a lot of us. So I think it's good for me and Matt too that people actually care about it. That's a really cool thing.
We've had a number of when we were launching the band and stuff, there's been a couple of nice moments where we've been texting each other, kind of like excited little kids, going, I can't believe how many people are liking this. This is crazy. And like,
it's been really fun as well.
Really, really cool.
Like pulling in all our friends to work on it too. So like Neil Kennedy's obviously recorded this one. Lewis Johns is mixing it. Who did like Employed to Serve, Narwhals, and like it's kind of Svalbard just now. Like my girlfriend is like obviously has been involved in everything I do, like makeup to start, and she's in this as well. And her sister Beth, who's a friend of ours, is in the video. My friend Sam, who runs a record label in Manchester, plays the other part. Ollie Appleyard's obviously involved. It's just like a load of people. And our friends who play in the band with us, which is Aaron and Rani, played in the band with Matt for years before this. So we've all been friends. It's just like a bunch of mates making stuff, and everyone wants to kind of chip in and do a little bit here and there. And Matt's girlfriend Kerry, who's just out of shot in the layer here, is just now we were talking about making this prop for something, and so she's going to help us with that. Everyone's just helping, and everyone wants to be kind of pushing us along, which is a really nice thing. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a part of the appeal, really, isn't it? Because it's like, of course, to a certain extent that, when you've got Creeper as successful as you guys are, the fans are going to latch onto something new and want to check it out. But even beyond that, it seems like a lot of the audience that's coming to it is because it just seems fun, guys. It just seems fun. And you're harking back to, like you said, the era of Alkaline Trio, AFI, all these bands that everyone has a lot of affection for. I think right now, having something like that feels fun and you guys seem to be enjoying definitely has a big appeal to it, right?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you to say. I think that I think as well.
Absolutely.
Just like having fun, and like in a time where it's like very difficult to be lighthearted, because it's not a very lighthearted time in our world right now. I think having some flirty, kind of silly satanic love songs, so to speak, is fun, and it's definitely fun to make it as well. The whole idea about this is I want people to hear these songs and hear them with the intent that they were made with all the time. So Matt was really particular about our drummer Aaron is like such a brilliant drummer. Like these drum takes, a lot of the time when like in kind of band world, drums are cut up and kind of quantized and all edited together. Matt really wanted it to sound live, like it in the room with the players, And
I think that goes back to what you were saying about the kind of early noughties era of AFI, Alkaline Trios. It's when bands were able to be a bit less complicated and didn't have to try so hard to be this polished thing. People could just bash out some songs in a room, and the energy of it made it cool. That was kind of important to me to try and capture that if we could.
I think that's one of the things I like about the record, and same with the lyrics as well. It's like kind of like I don't want to think about it too much. I want to fret over it for hours and hours and hours and hours, because that stuff ends up like being like there's a lot of that in the world at the moment. Everyone's got his time, so everyone's trying to rework and make things to be pristine all the time. It's better, I reckon, just throw it out. And I hope that's what how people are hearing it with that in mind. We're making it for fun. It's two friends having fun, and we're kind of this collection of people around us that are also trying to joining in and helping us out with stuff for fun. And that's kind of the opposite of what a lot of people are doing at the moment. Just trying to make a serious music career, and me and Matt is kind of going.
It's a marketing strategy. I like it. It's working. Let's have some fun. It's all good. And like you say, more tunes to come, all that kind of stuff. Do you see this? We hoping live music and all that stuff comes back proper next year at some point when the Creeper machine starts rolling again and you're doing the campaign proper for that album. Do you see this being something you will keep coming back to, you guys together? I guess as time gets harder, but it seems like you guys have a passion for it. Is it something you want to keep continuing?
Well, yeah, like for me, I would love to get to a point where when I'm not doing Creeper, I can focus on this and vice versa. That would be a really, really nice thing. I'd like to see how everything goes, But me and Matt aren't really short of ideas. Like we're enjoying this project. It's like, as I said, I can't really say. I know I keep repeating myself a little bit. I'm sorry, but it's just fun. Like the thing about it is it's not stress, and it's not like there's no expectation. It's just like as long as things are fun, you just keep going. And I think that we want to go out and tour. We want to play shows. We want to get out and play to anyone who wants to see us. And it'll be cool. The cool thing about this band is because it's a punk band. We can there might be a possibility for us to tour with bands that Creeper wouldn't necessarily get to tour with. Those differences, and that's fun too. So we'll have to see what happens. But I'm really hopeful for it, and I'm feeling really optimistic about it.
Yeah, I feel like this. Because of the very nature of this project just being kind of ad hoc, and had the pandemic not happened, we wouldn't be sat here now, I imagine. So it's one of those things that we're kind of viewing everything through the eyes of kind of excitement, that it's like, well, we hadn't planned any of this. And usually in music, everything is planned months and months in advance. Yeah. So because this is just we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here a little bit, and just saying yes to everything that comes up. So whilst we're able to, I think we're kind of just, let's just do whatever we can to have some fun and try and bring some joy to people's lives and some joy to our own lives.
Yeah, so it's a little bit like we're basically Father Christmas. That's what you're trying to say.
Essentially.
Spreading that joy.
Essentially, we're really great guys, everyone.
But that's it, really. The whole move is just like, it. Like so long as it's something that we both enjoy, I don't see why we shouldn't keep going.
And if we can, while we do it, then great.
Yeah, fantastic. It's all fun, and I think people need a little bit of joy. And I really like the EP, guys. So congrats on that. Looking forward to what hearing comes next from you guys. Just all the best to you both. All the best to your loved ones. Love to Satan, I guess. And just stay safe, and we will see you very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, cheers, dude. You too.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Hope you're all right in this pandemic out there, man.
Oh, yeah, all good, man. All good. I'll still be here in this living room, just still filming all these things. It's all good. Good to speak to you guys. All right. I'll catch you soon.
Yeah, cheers.
Take care, man.
Nice one, guys.